So you're on a diet, you're at a party, they're serving cake for dessert, and they ask you the question, do you want a piece? And you're like, well, no, I can't. That's awful. That's terrible. That should never happen to you. Well, it's not gonna happen anymore because today we're gonna be making low-calorie, high-protein recipes that are not only delicious, but all contain protein powder. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I'm in the bath feeling kind of fruity and I need to satisfy that urge. First of all, there is nothing wrong with that. It's totally okay. But also, I have something here to help you. We're gonna be making strawberry protein shorty cake. Now, typically I think fruit has no place in cake. Would you put cheese in a margarita? I don't think so, but this is actually pretty good. So just like humans, we're gonna start dry and then go and get wet. So here I have 2 cups of oatmeal flour. How I made it, I added 2 cups of oatmeal to a blender and I just processed it. Voila, you have your very own homemade oat flour. To our oat flour, we're gonna add coconut flour, baking powder, and some salt. We're also gonna add 1/4 cup of sweetener of your choice, and then 90 grams of the special ingredient, my very own new protein powder by Be Good Bakery, 26 grams of protein per serving. We got vanilla milkshake flavor. Because it's vanilla, it's very versatile. You can add it to a bunch of different recipes. It is a whey casein blend, so not only is it good for drinking, but it's perfect for baking. Also, the ingredient list is very small, non-GMO, it is delicious. It doesn't have that chemicaliness taste to it. Super fresh, super delicious. Very excited about it, and it's live actually right now, so check out the link in the description. So we're gonna be adding 90 grams of the protein powder, and that is gonna be our dry ingredients. So now we're just gonna mix it together. Now it's time to move on to the wet ingredients. So in this bowl, I have egg whites, I have cashew milk, Greek yogurt, and some vanilla. To that, I'm gonna add some coconut oil. And then last but not least, roughly like a tablespoon of honey. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Now I'm just mixing all of our wet ingredients together. And now what we're gonna do is add it to our dry. And that is gonna be the cake batter. So all the exact measurements of everything that we make today will actually be in the description for you as well. This batter is super dense, but we're making protein desserts. That's just how the cookie crumbles, man. It's a good workout as well. We're gonna pop the batter into our tray. You could probably kill someone with this batter, man. Just press it down to fill your mold. So what I did was I actually wet the bottom of my spatula and just pressed down. That way it gives me like a more of a smooth surface. Now we're gonna take it over to the oven that I have preheating at 350 degrees, and it's gonna go in for 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. Guys, look at our cake. Look how beautiful it looks. It got nice and plump. The baking powder does wonders. So you could totally add, if you're looking for a bigger, deeper experience, add some cocoa powder, make a chocolate cake. Just know that if you have that, you might not ever want to come back to the vanilla. So I usually keep the cake just like that by itself, and then I will cut a piece and then dress it how I desire. So I'm gonna cut a nice mid piece. Damn, she moist for a protein cake. Now it's time to rizz our cake up. Look, we don't need a stripper popping out of it to top it with whipped cream and berries. So I'm gonna start with a nice little thin layer of some sugar-free jam. That ain't so thin, but boom. Now a couple fresh berries. And then some lower calorie coconut whip. Only 25 calories for 4 tablespoons. We add a couple, boom. Boom, and there you go. Protein strawberry shorty cake. Get away from me. I tell you what, if you show up to the family crib with this for Easter brunch, it's gonna be their taste buds that are resurrected. Like, this thing looks incredible. Let's go on in. Got a little bit of everything in that bite. Too much of everything in that bite, but I'm not gonna go for it. Oh my gosh, don't eat like me, please. I know why it's called shortcake, because one bite, the rest of the cake's not lasting long, man. This would not be my wedding cake, but it would be pretty close. Like, not bad. Like, if you propose to your girl or your man or whatever they are, they'll probably say I do if you give them this first. Oh man. Let me eat this in peace. Recipe number 2, we are making French toast protein bagels. Technically not a dessert, but hey, it could be. This is super easy. It's like if you screw this up, there is something mentally wrong with you. First thing we're gonna add into the bowl is 1 cup of some Greek yogurt. Next thing we're gonna add, very important, half a cup of self-rising flour. Not regular flour, self-rising flour. Good for good measure. And then half a cup of our protein powder with a little bit of cinnamon for the French toast vibes. Oh, I like to add raisins. You don't have to if you don't want to, but fun fact, every raisin was once a grape. So I'm just gonna do a little drizzle. There we go. Now we mixy mix. So this should make 4 pretty good sized bagels. Okay, as you can see, the dough is formed. I added a little bit more flour so we can kind of get into a ball and won't get sticky to our hands. All right, now what we're gonna do is make 4 even balls and then place it onto our pan here. And 4. We got our 4 dough balls. Now it's time to make our holes. So you can really use whatever you want. Sometimes I use a rolling pin. Other times I use a shot glass, subtle flex that I drink. Other times a little bit more of a personal touch. Not opposed to the donut daddy technique. But we're gonna just put a little bit of flour on it and then just go right into the center. This step makes all the difference. So in this little ramekin here, I have a little bit of coconut oil. Don't be afraid, not that much. We also have some sugar-free brown sugar, which just sounds funny saying, but we got some of that in there. We got some cinnamon and some vanilla. I didn't really have any specific measurements, just kind of mix it until it looks like a brown gold. And we're just gonna put it right on top. Coconut oil, great for browning and downing. All right, so now what we're gonna do is pop this in the oven at 375 degrees for roughly 15 to 20 minutes, constantly checking it because it does take a bit of time to get brown. Oh, baby. Look at that. Like a lot of us gentlemen out there, once they get warm, they expand and double in size. Look at that. That probably is one of the better recipes I have ever made. Seriously. Nice and crispy. Look at the bottom. Crispy. Random thought right now. I feel like raisins are like a safe space for bagels. No one's getting catfished into thinking they're chocolate chips like they are in cookies. It's just a nice place for raisins to belong. Now you can eat them like this, piping hot, but just like a cougar, I feel like they get a little bit better as they mature. So I'm gonna let them sit a little bit, let the flavors kind of mingle, maybe pour a coffee, and then we'll eat them. Okay, we're gonna break it open. Look at that. Just like a real bagel in the real world, see? But it's healthy, there's protein in it. The smell. It's like a New York bagel, got French kissed. Oh, there's the Eiffel Tower. Just look at that. Bready, raisiny. You'll just want to raw dog these. You won't even want to smear cream cheese on them. Raw all day long. If you were to make these bagels with like a whey protein or just a whey protein isolate, without the casein, they would just be drier than a towel. That's why it's so important to have the whey casein blend. It is perfect, it makes it moist, it makes it cakey, and just really delicious. They're almost all gone. I can't stop eating them. I'm constantly searching for a renewed purpose for my old bedside bananas, and I think I found the best possible option. We are making protein banana fritters that are literally so easy. There are 3 ingredients, 4 if you include the salt. First step, you need 2 large bananas. Now I know the definition of large is different for everyone. For me, it has to frighten me, but also tempt me at the same time. I don't know about you, but I find intimidation quite the aphrodisiac. So we're gonna take these bananas, peel them, put them in our bowl, and then mash them up into a nice little paste. A great little tribute for the sacrifice that they made last night. Now we're just gonna get mad at it. Who are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about when you're mashing your bananas? Comment down below. Banana blitzed. Now it's time to add 2 tablespoons of our protein powder. 1, say it with me. 2. Now 3 tablespoons of some coconut flour. Say it with me. 1, 2, and 3. And then last but not least, a pinch of salt. And then we're gonna mix it all together and then pan fry these bad boys. Follow me this way. So I have a pan preheating with some coconut oil. Gonna take just a big scoop and then boom. These are great to have if you're looking for something warm with your Halo Top ice cream. I love to do this. Let it get nice and crispy golden brown, flip it over, same thing. Some people might call this a pancake. If you're deep in a diet, you might call it a fritter. Like me, you can really call it whatever you want as long as you put the right toppings on it and you eat it all. Fritters are all finished. I'm just gonna take one now. And look at this, we're gonna dress it up. Got the fritter, got some Halo Top ice cream. The warm and cold contrast is amazing. And I got some PB2. Just drizzle it from a height. Yo, we're getting fancy in here. This looks like Michelin star desserts. And then last but not least, we can't forget sugar-free syrup. Look at that, dude. Just got the date night treatment. Delicious. All right, we going in. Oh my God. This combo, if you're gonna make this, it needs the PP2, the syrup. The ice cream just melts inside the fritter. Oh, the fritter just receives the ice cream. Amazing. I don't know which recipe I like the best, but you have 3 amazing recipes. You gotta try them out. Buy yourself some protein, and I'll see you guys in the next one.